morning, everyone. Elite Miss California here, Dr. Amanda Martin. Thank you so much for joining me. And I apologize for the technical difficulties this morning. But it has been officially 6 weeks, and I wanted to do a quick recap of the last 6 weeks and answer any questions that you guys have, as well as to go over all of the really exciting stuff that are coming up over the next 2 months or so. To get started, in the last 6 weeks, I have set and reached several goals, and there are a lot more. So first, I had mentioned, if anyone happened to catch me on YouTube, that I have this passion for cooking. And specifically, I am trying to learn how to do earth-friendly cooking, which is a lot less meat and animal products. Hi, Pete. So I am working really hard. So I have decided to create a cookbook. And that cookbook, the journey for that is going to be on Facebook, as well as Instagram, but mostly it will be on YouTube. So anything more than just a few minutes or anything that is tracking a long time journey is going to be on YouTube. So make sure that you are subscribed to that channel over there. I also have, with the cooking, I have exciting news that I got just last night. So I am attempting to set a Guinness Book of World Records. So when I aim really high. So last night I did the application multiple times and they kept kicking it back. And I've decided that I want to set a record in a category that doesn't actually exist. So what I have done is I sent in an application to start a brand new category. So you pay a small fee and you wait a couple hours and then hopefully they come back and they approve it for you. So that is exactly what happened. So around midnight last night, at about the time when I set this event, I got notification that my brand new category for the Guinness Book of World Records that I'm trying to set has been approved. So it has never been done before since it wasn't even a category. So what my Guinness record is going to be about, it's going to be the most number of people cooking a vegan meal all at one time. So it's going to be done online. Everyone is going to cook from their own homes, and I am so excited. The goal is to try to get 500 people. And I'm actually going to be doing cooking demonstrations between now and then, about 1 million of them. So I'm going to teach everyone how to do it. We're all going to make the same thing. And you'll have a chance to try it out ahead of time. So hopefully you'll like it too. And if you don't, like I said, I'm releasing a cookbook. The first one will be video tutorials as well as a printed book, and it will contain 7 very simple, easy recipes that literally no one can mess up. So hopefully that will be really simple for you guys to follow along, and then you can pick your favorite one and then we will all do it together. I am striving for the end of July, so I'm hoping at the end of July that we can have, hi Faith, I'm so glad you joined me, that we can all get together. Right now the tentative date is July 20th. So Faith, I'm trying to set a Guinness Book of World Record for the most number of people eating an earth-friendly meal, cooking and eating together all at one time. I am trying to get 500 people. The tentative date is July 20th, which I still have to get that date approved by the Guinness Book holding committee. So we'll see, fingers crossed. So that is what I'm working on, as well as a cookbook, which I'm hoping to get the first week's worth out in the next few weeks. And I have other exciting news. I have a camping trip that I am leaving for tomorrow. It is my very first time camping, and I am going as a Miss Earth delegate because I'm going to learn not only how to be out in the environment, out into the wild earth itself, but I'm going to try to learn how to cook a nice, healthy, earth-friendly meal while being out in the earth. So I am going to drive about 3 hours away or so, and I have, this is funny, my neighbors were laughing hysterically, but about a week ago, I set up all of my brand new still in the box camping gear up in the garage, and I I got everything all set up and then I camped out there to give it a try. So people were walking by and I think they just thought I was really bored with the lockdown going on. But nope, I was practicing to make sure that I could figure out how to set up my tent and all of my cooking gear, which I'm going to try to keep it at a minimum so that I can show you guys how to do it. I have not ever done it before, so it is my goal to test out one of my Guinness Book Record recipes out at the campsite. So I'm going to try to make recipe number 1 over an open fire. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys are welcome to send in, to type in any questions. There's a little chat box down at the bottom of the screen. So if you press that, you can type in your questions and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And otherwise, until any questions come in, I will just keep kind of going over my goals and what's up and coming. So I also have, so in the last 6 weeks, a recap of where I've been is I have done several interviews, which have all been great. They have all been different. They have been different topics and with different hosts and different discussions each time, and they have been so much fun. So I would love to do a few more to pick maybe a few of my followers, and to let maybe one of you guys interview me one of these weeks coming up. So I think that would be a lot of fun. And then I went to an animal sanctuary just this last weekend. I got a little bit of a sunburn, but it was very worth it. It was so much fun. So I got to learn about animals that are typically used for meat: goats, pigs, chickens, things like that, and how they can actually be beneficial to the environment when they're not kept thousands at a time and used as meat agriculture, which is really bad for the environment, produces a lot of greenhouse gases, and is just contributing to global warming and has a lot of very negative effects on the environment. But I am attempting to learn how keeping just a few animals that are maintained as pets or farm animals that are not used for meat is actually good for the environment. So there will be more to come on that, but I did have a great time. I got to meet a bunch of rescued animals, which made it even more special because these animals they would not be here, if it wasn't for them being rescued. So they were typically abandoned out in the Tijuana River Valley and just kind of left to fend for themselves. But being born in as domestic animals, they would not have lasted long. So that's a true blessing that they were found and rescued. Oh, great. So I have a question from Pete. Thank you, Pete. So Pete's question is, have you been a vegan for any amount of time? Yes. So I actually, several years ago, going vegan has been a journey of mine for probably 7 or 8 years, and it has been tough. It has been a real challenge. When I first started out, I did not do it the right way. I'd watched a documentary and it was about how animals are treated, and it made me cry, and I cried for like a week straight. And I was so heartbroken. I never knew. So I just kind of decided right then that I was never going to eat any animal products ever again. But I had never met a vegan. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to cook. I was eating basically cereal from a box for every meal back then. So it wasn't really realistic for me to go from eating cereal, which 50% of the ingredients is, of course, milk, which is an animal product. So if you cut the milk out of the cereal, then you're really just eating dried Cheerios. So that was not fun. And that's part of what I'm doing with my cooking videos and my cookbook, is to teach everyone how to do it the right way. So I am not a full vegan yet, but I am learning. So I'm learning along with you guys, and that is going to be a really exciting journey. And for whatever reason, there are lots of reasons to choose to do it. If you do it for the environment, it's really about, again, just doing things that are kind for the environment. So even if you just skip meat or animal products, just dairy-free for even one meal a week, then it makes a big difference. I'm striving towards it, Pete, and hopefully my goal is to be completely vegan by the time the pageant comes up at the beginning of August. So I'm working really hard. Okay, hi Bailey. I have a question from Bailey that says, when did you start your reign? I was 2018. Oh, no way, that's amazing. Well, Bailey, it's so nice to meet you. So I was crowned on April 19th, so about 6 weeks ago. So this video is just a 6-week recap. So I am pretty new to pageants. This is my first big pageant. It's definitely the first one I've won. I did one about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, right at the start of law school. So I left the very end of the first week of law school and flew out and did a pageant on the East Coast. And I'm in California, so I was out there for a week, and I was in the hotel and in between every single session in my hotel room trying to learn all my law materials. So that was a struggle, but I didn't do very well. I didn't know how to prepare. I had never done it. So this is my first big one. So it has been 6 weeks, and it has been amazing. And Bailey, I was just telling everyone how I am going to set a Guinness Book of World Records. My platform is Earth Friendly Eating. So I'm going to teach everyone how to cook, and I'm going to strive for 500 people cooking a vegan, earth friendly meal all at the same time online. So my goal is 500 people, which I'm so excited about. So Bailey has another question that says, if you need any help, if I need any help, let me, thank you. I will definitely let you know if I need any help. Thank you, Bailey. That's so sweet. And I'm so happy that you're joining me. I was also mentioning how I'm going camping for the first time, and I'm going to attempt to make a nice earth-friendly vegan meal over a campfire, which I have never done. So I am leaving for that tomorrow, and that is like the highlight of my month. I'm very excited because I've never been real camping, and I definitely have never cooked over a campfire. I generally, the one time I went camping, I went to an IHOP or some local store out in the town to get my dinner and my breakfast. So I basically showed up, went to a restaurant, slept in a tent, and then left and had breakfast at a restaurant, and then went home. So this is going to be a whole new experience. Hi, Goodwin. Oh, it's nice to finally meet you. I know you've been participating a lot for the last several weeks, and it's really nice to have you here. I'm happy to meet you. Thank you for the nice comments. So I am just talking about my upcoming camping trip tomorrow, and how I'm going to set a Guinness Book of World Records, hopefully. So there's lots of exciting things going on. I am coming out with a cookbook, going to teach people how to make some earth-friendly recipes. Godwin, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to tap that little chat box at the bottom, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. So I did get a question a couple weeks ago via chat, so I'm going to answer that really fast. So the question was, I have a doctorate's degree, and if I go by my doctorate title and my last name, or if I go by my first name, which I really appreciate that question, because I think a lot of people, they just don't know, and they get a little nervous when they don't know how to address you. So professionally, I'm a novelist, and in my professional life, I do go by Dr. Martin. So I have a law degree, which is a Juris Doctorate, so a Juris Doctor, so a doctor in law. So with my law degree, I'm using it to be a writer. So I write novels professionally. So when I'm at work, anything dealing with work, I do go by Dr. Martin. With the pageant, I do go by Dr. Martin with anything professional. So with these interviews, with all of my appearances, with anything like that, I really want to highlight the fact that there are well-educated, really high-quality women that participate in beauty pageants, that it's not a superficial thing. So in order to help kind of portray that, I do use my doctor title, because it is something that is really important to me, and I want everyone to see that. And that question was from Pete. So thank you for sending that question, Pete. Bailey asks, how can you help the earth during the trial time of COVID and now these riots? What can you do to help besides eating vegan? Yeah, Bailey, so I'm so happy that you asked that. I've gotten 3 or 4 of those questions earlier this morning sent into the messenger. So I actually do plan to have a whole video on just that. And I have had a request to do an interview for that. So with that one, I think I'm going to save that, because I already have it planned for a whole entire live show for that one. So I will send you the details. So, and maybe you can even join me. So I would love to hear your perspective as well. So that is here. I'll be doing that right after my camping trip, and I plan to come back on Thursday. So I will be interviewed by another pageant queen, and we're going to discuss all of that. So thank you for that question. And what can I do? What can I do to help besides eating vegan? Yeah, so it's funny how kind of multifaceted our jobs are here as a title holders. That we don't get to just work on our platform. Is that anything going on around us is kind of something that we need to work to strive to make a difference in. So I do have lots of opinions. I have lots of ideas and suggestions, and there are things that I'm personally doing, things that are affecting me personally. That again, I will be sharing in a couple days. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. Yeah, so I have about 10 more minutes or so feel free to ask any more questions. To mention, today I have two things, one about my YouTube channel and one about Make a Difference Monday. So today is the first day that I am doing as a title holder a Make a Difference Monday. So I know I released it kind of at the last minute, so I didn't announce it until yesterday. But if you guys know anyone that needs or would like a little shout out to kind of make their day, to make a difference in their day. Maybe it's for something positive. Maybe they have a birthday, an anniversary, they've just graduated, they got a promotion. Like with me, if you just, finish a big chapter in a book or you get something published, any of those things, I would love to acknowledge them, to give them a nice video shout out or to give them a phone call, something like that I can do to make a difference in their day. Or maybe it's something negative where maybe they've just ended a long-term relationship or they've lost their job or been laid off, or maybe there's just, they just need some cheering up. So anything like that, I would love to do as well. So there is still time. Just go over to any of my social media pages and list a very brief detail in how I can get a hold of that person. And I will pick one of them and I will give them a nice shout out. So that is Make a Difference Monday. And then with YouTube, I have started a brand new YouTube. There's only 3 videos on it so far. I started about a week ago. But if you have not subscribed, please go over there and subscribe to that. You can find it by just my name, Dr. Amanda Martin, and I should pop right up. But I will be putting vlogs on there. So anything that tracks a journey. So when I do my long camping trips or when I travel to other countries, anything big like that, the entire journey will be on YouTube. And that is where, again, at Dr. Amanda Martin, where I will post all of those. So there will be stuff on YouTube that will not be on Facebook or Instagram just because the length of it. Oh, great. So I have a couple more questions. Is Giselle the pageant director? Yes, she is amazing. She's still here. She's our director. Lillian is the assistant director, and they have both been amazing. Could not have done it without them. So yes, and I think we're all planning, all of us girls, Giselle and Lillian, to do a beach cleanup coming up here in the next couple weekends, and we do have a big photo shoot all together this weekend, so that will be really exciting. So Pete asked, did you independently figure out your platform or was there help to have decided that? I picked it myself. I had a different platform for when I was Miss San Diego, which I got the Miss San Diego title, I want to say back in like September of last year. So my platform was different. And then I needed something bigger. It wasn't just about my hometown of San Diego anymore. Now it's about the state and the nation, and really more about the world. So I was thinking not big enough before. So I have now gone to eating where I can make a bigger impact on other people. So my previous platform was more just about not about myself. It was about goal setting, but it was me going around and helping others accomplish their goals and teaching people how to achieve their goals. So I'm really big into goals. They're very important to me. I have over 200 of them right now. So that was my previous platform. And then with the eating, it's just really something that I have been sort of teaching myself and that I have spent the better part of a decade trying to learn how to do. So, and it does make a huge impact on the environment. And that's how I kind of reached that conclusion. It's just, we can all learn together and it does make a huge difference. And you should have seen those pigs yesterday. They were so cute. So that is how I arrived at my current platform, and it is my goal to be completely vegan by the time the pageant rolls around. So thank you for that, Christian. Bailey, have her call me instead of beach cleaning. Yeah, Bailey, absolutely. I can absolutely have Giselle call you. Yeah, and you should join us. That would be a lot of fun. The more the merrier. And the beaches they were spectacular. They were so clean. I did a beach cleanup I attempted to on my own several weeks ago, and I walked the beach for like 2 hours and there wasn't a single piece of trash anywhere with no people out there. It was spotless and flawless and beautiful. And now the beaches here, I'm in San Diego, so our beaches locally in Mission Valley, Pacific Beach, Ocean Beach, they've been open for about 2 weeks and they are very dirty now. So we as a community are not doing a great job with that. So it is definitely time to get out there and to kind of get people to maybe even help us out. So we'd love that, Bailey. Thank you. Okay, so I have about maybe 5 more minutes if there are any more questions to send in. Please be on the lookout for some upcoming information about the Guinness Book of World Record that I am trying to set. So I will be sending out some commitment forms. I am trying to get 500 people. So there will be like a pledge to just say that when it happens that you are more than happy to jump online and to cook along with me. So 500 people, it's never been done before. There's never even been a category for it. So it is going to be so much fun and hopefully bring a lot of awareness to the environment and our decisions and how everyone is, of course, free to make their own decisions. But you know, our decisions affect other people and it affects our cities and our states and our nation. So we do have a big problem with environmental cleanliness as a whole. So I think that if 500 people all just cooked one earth-friendly meal, even just one time, that would make a huge difference. So it'll be one breakfast where it isn't just bacon and eggs. So we're going to go in a whole different approach and it will be a lot of fun. Let's see. I was sent a couple more questions. I'm not sure if I can remember them off the top of my head or not. I got a question about my birthday. So I had dropped a few hints that I am planning something special for my birthday. And yes, I will be making appearances on my birthday as a title holder. There is not a lot of time off. So I will be planning. I'm not announcing all the details just yet, but I have bought plane tickets and I have bought my accommodations. I'm going to go camp for 3 days in a big national park. I have never been to a national park before. I have never been truly camping for more than just one overnight. And again, I didn't even eat there. So that is at the end of July, immediately before the pageant. So the pageant starts the 2nd of August. And I want to say the actual finals is the 8th of August. So immediately before that, I will be sleeping in the wilderness. So I'm going to hike for several days. I'm going to attempt to make all of my own vegan, healthy foods. So that is what I have planned. So there'll be a little more. It is not here in California. It's a little too far to drive. It wouldn't be very earth friendly if I made that big drive. So I do plan to fly and I will have more information. I'm going to try to vlog that entire trip. I have never vlogged before, but it is on one of my 200 goals is to learn how to vlog. So that is something that I will give a shot. We'll see. So again, that's at the end of July. So yeah, I have had a fantastic first 6 weeks. They have been amazing. I've learned how to use social media. I was not previously on social media. I did not think that I would ever, for any reason, get on social media. Like it's just never been my thing. I've never done it and I just didn't really see myself doing it. And now I'm doing it. I'm learning it. I've kind of gotten used to it. It is now kind of a part of my daily routine. So that has been quite, a fun transformation there. To see yourself doing something you never thought you would do. And then, yeah, I've done the interviews. I am cooking. I am probably cooking, not even just breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I am probably cooking 7 or 8 meals a day. And a lot of times I do it at my office so that I have people around me all the time so that I could pull them away from their work and ask them to come and try all the different recipes. So today I'm going to cook about 13 different kinds of pancakes for them this morning to see which one is the best one to stick in my cookbook. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know that anyone's going to get any work done. I'm not going to let them. But that's what I'll be doing today. And then again, tomorrow I'll be leaving for my camping trip. And I will be doing a very brief YouTube live tomorrow, again over YouTube at Dr. Amanda Martin, as just a quick kind of a farewell before I head off to my camping trip. And then I will be vlogging the entire thing. There, of course, won't be internet while I'm up there, and I won't be taking other electronics with me. But I will do a quick YouTube live tomorrow, and then I will make my drive. I will do my camping, and then I will come back, and then I have another interview scheduled when I get back. So thank you guys so much for joining me. It was such a pleasure. I always love doing these lives, and I want to say this is my 4th one now, so I'm still learning. So thank you for your patience and for joining me, and I really look forward to talking to you guys very soon. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.